Today's a fairly busy day. I've got a few meetings, got to drop some stuff over for the builder, for the property. Welcome to my day. Come and have a look at this. See this push tray in the boot? I'm not cut out for this sort of stuff. I'm not supposed to be getting materials, and so happens when you do favours, and it's all good. It's all good. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Thanks for coming down.
No problem.
Brilliant. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you a couple of refurbs that we've done.
Okay.
And some of my deals.
Okay.
Sort of quite a good camera.
That's
Maybe we just have a quick lunch. So what time
yeah,
have you got to be
fine.
off?
No, I'm flexible.
Alright, cool.
Should I leave the car?
Yeah, you can leave. Have you put a ticket on?
No.
Alright, cool. So if you put a ticket on, then we'll just go at my car. I'm just starting to film a little bit more about what I'm doing because do you know what, actually you're the perfect example. Because you got in touch with me from LinkedIn because of an article I wrote.
Yes.
That sort of alerted you to.
Yes,
so you tell me about that. That'll be good actually.
Okay, so I mean, brief background. Obviously, we run our business in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So always looking out to sort of connect with people in markets that we're sort of interested in.
Yeah.
And you know, if I remember correctly, your article was about student accommodation. I cannot
even remember.
I think
I've written a few.
It was about student accommodation, and it was interesting to see somebody's from a different perspective. Hence why I thought, okay, let's get together. You know, that's a great thing about LinkedIn. You know, it sort of connects people from all over the world, and having a profile,
Yeah.
you know, adds value. And you know, I think we've been talking for about 7-8 months.
Yeah. So you got in touch because you saw my article, which is great. So I think taking it to another level with the video stuff, we'll see where it goes. I'm going to write some more articles.
No, I like the video. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I saw the stuff you put on YouTube. And
Oh, the little clip.
Yeah,
that's all Chris.
I thought it was a good. The editing I liked. Bits and pieces together. But yeah, I think well done.
Yeah. Well, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes.
So you do this type of thing?
Yes.
In
Nigeria. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
So large developments.
Oh, big, yeah.
500 bed, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Stuff, yeah.
You finance that, do you, or something, or what?
Yes. So we have venture capital behind us. So it's been a long while, but we're
growing,
growing.
getting there.
Feel free to go in.
Right. So when we broke in,
we
had to break in because the guy Anthony was dealing with, the owner's out in Africa. And he said, "We've got a problem with the tenants. Run off doing a run with the keys, and we can't get all the agents, a load of rubbish." I said, so he said, meet me here, we'll break in. So
this is the owner's permission.
We had the story
properly.
we had confirmation.
Spoke to the owner's abroad. He said, you're welcome to go in because he hasn't heard from the agent. The house is empty. Don't know what's going on. I've turned up.
So we turned up, we forced the entry, forced the door, forced first or the second, so we came in, and it was a marijuana farm.
No way.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Operation was this wall wasn't here.
Okay.
And this was the kitchen. You'll see on the next house how it originally was.
Okay.
And they built a stud-work wall from there going across there.
Wow.
So that was the kitchen area, and then this was the bedroom. This was the bedroom to look after the fridges, look after the farm. So every room then, all these rooms, seriously, these rooms here had transformers on the walls, all strings across with barn lights on. I think we took about 165 cut off plants, because as soon as the board went up for auction, they panicked and scarfed it. They had a hole in the ceiling here where they had all double insulated trunking going through 3 carbon filters and blowing into the toilet area upstairs. Shut the toilet door up into the window to let it vent. Do you see what I mean? Every single room was like that. Proper. It was a real proper, really a proper go. Yeah.
Wow. They must have made some serious.
Oh God, yeah.
So how many rooms are?
6 in this house. We are going to put a conservatory at some point to extend down there so there's a bigger living area. But 2 bathrooms, 6 bedrooms.
They're quite good sized rooms.
Really are. There's a bath in there, we took the bath out and put a large 1700 shower train, so hopefully a bit more luxurious. Exactly. Running late in the morning, 2 or 3 of them can have a shower at the same time.
So it's a rather sort of deceptive building, but I'm quite impressed with what I've seen so far. There's been a lot of attention to detail, and I think it would make a very good student accommodation.
I actually came along to visit next door because he was refurbing that. He wanted to know if we'd take on the whole building as a lease.
I see.
And as I was here, I was like, oh shit, yeah, there's a potential deal here, isn't it? I found this owner, contacted him, agreed a deal, got planning, and now we're here. Built the building.
Fantastic. So what is this project going to be?
62 studio flats for students. So it's about a 15-minute walkish from the uni.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to clear the site, put up a new build. Feel free to go up there.
It's a nice size.
Yeah, definitely.
Size.
What's your biggest property that you've got? It's got some size, but
yeah, 27,000 square meters.
Wait. He just said 27,000 square meters. That's just over 6.5 acres. Who does that? Who does that in the UK? Who builds student accommodation on that size of land? It's not even available in the UK. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
27
Yeah.
square meters?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
It's
How many beds?
768.
Bloody hell.
So we built.
Is that operational?
No. So we built 192, which
Yeah.
is operational.
Yeah.
Well, we've got another 192
Right.
that will be delivered in January. So we're building.
How does
it
that
up
work
phase by
then?
phase.
So when does your academic year?
So it's September.
Yeah.
September/October.
Yeah.
So the 192 will go into operations now.
Sure.
Then in January, because the year is in two, so it's like this autumn,
Right.
and then next year.
So is that a new batch of students or new
batch of
courses?
students. So they come
that
in.
is perfect.
So it makes
that
life
doesn't happen so much here.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That's good.
Yeah. So we will have about 5-7.
So you're not as restricted on when you start your build, are you?
No.
That's
So
great.
so
That's a
so
really
so
good-
what happens is some of the universities don't even start in September. Some start as early as July.
Right.
So it's really a
Yeah,
case of specific to the particular institution that you're developing.
And do you do like? Is there like a noms agreement with the uni, or is it? You just
Some
strictly
there
private?
is, some there isn't. So
Right.
this particular one, there is an agreement.
Okay.
And it's mandatory that
Cool.
you have to. So occupancy is 100% from day one.
Right.
Yeah, because the demand and the supply
Damn.
balance is just. So
I'm gonna pick your brain so much in
no
a bit.
problem at all.
Jeez, it sounds so interesting.
So is
Hopefully.
it still in use by the church?
Yeah, they're using it. They're using the
Okay,
lower
on the
floors.
ground floor.
The lower floors,
Lower
yeah, the
floor.
first and the ground.
Okay.
Up here is just a mess. So I'll show the top floor.
Yeah.
Oh, there's loads. Come on, film this. Where do you spend most of your time? Is it London or Lagos? Is that hard to say?
It's hard to say. So I'm in London every month, and I try to do at least 10 days to 2 weeks, depending on when it is. So like summertime now, I've been here 3 weeks so far.
Right.
You see, so it's it really just
And your kids, are they
yeah,
here,
so
aren't they?
my kids are here.
Okay.
So I have this an obligation to be here.
Yeah.
But you know,
Sure.
Lagos is it's 6 hours flight.
Yeah, good.
So it's quite
Nothing
easy.
really.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
In reality, if you're going to meet somebody, if me and you say we're going to meet, you could easily meet me next day and take a flight, or have taken a flight and arrive that
No,
morning.
that's it.
It doesn't make a difference, does it? You're a
That's
few
it.
hours away, so
That's exactly it.
when do you actually meet somebody in a space of 2 hours? Not really. It doesn't really happen. It's like a next day, next week,
Yes.
tomorrow. This is what got me about. Do you know when I used to watch when you watch Apprentice?
Yes.
Rarely do you have to make decisions as quickly as they expect you to.
No.
Sometimes you got to be quick, but you don't have to be quick as in like half an hour quick.
So what sort of occupancies are people seeing around here?
PBSA?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know what their voids are, after the tenancy started and whatnot, like dropouts, but the initial let, generally, 100% for now. But there's a lot going on in Birmingham now. So
Yes,
I'll
I've been
point
hearing.
I'll point it out to you. There's a lot going on. It's just so competitive. And when you speak to these owners, these vendors, often they're already speaking to a developer, one or two, so it's tough.
Yeah.
And then you're up against them, and then sometimes and then if they're speaking to someone who's not experienced, who call themselves a developer but not, sometimes they're just driving the price up, and then they're putting unrealistic expectations in the vendor's mind about what the potential value of their property is. So if I say to this guy, I'll offer you 2 million subject to planning, and some other guy comes along and says, I'll give you 3 million, but they haven't substantiated that, done any DD or anything, and then ruined it for me, because that guy's going to go, you offer me a million less, £1 million less. This isn't right, I can't do a deal with you. And then no one does a deal with them until much later on, so you've got to continually follow up. But then it's hard to bring them down because they've heard they've got an extra £1 million to spend, and they've already spent it.
They've already spent it.
They've already spent that million. That's already gone, and now you're telling me I can't have it? Oh, no, I'm not having that. I already chose my holiday home in Spain.
So true.
I already upgraded. I already chose my car. I already went to the dealership.
That's it.
No, they already started to spend that. I already done my test drive of the Bentley.
Oh wow. You see, the problem with Nigeria is capital appreciation long term is poor.
Yeah.
But the yields are fantastic. You know, I told you we have some sites we're doing as much as.
She's doing 4 years. Payback.
Yeah, you can imagine, right? 30% yield, 35%, IRRs, that sort of stuff.
It's just can be a bit volatile, can't it?
But that's the thing, it can be a bit volatile.
But then you got the return sort of
to balance it out.
Yeah.
So what's your view on the branding? How important is that?
Branding?
Yeah, to PBSA in the UK.
I think it's going to become almost the biggest factor in accommodation. I don't think that's for student accommodation, I think it's built to rent.
Right.
It comes down to pretty much, do you know how people associate certain brand with certain type of clothing, certain foods, or certain, it's the same is happening with accommodation. So I do think we're getting there, and it's going to be there, and it's going to be more about branding. So that's a big thing that I've got in mind. It's a large consideration for me.
Okay.
How am I going to go about branding these sites? Because I think as it becomes more competitive, what's going to differentiate you?
Absolutely.
If everyone's got a gym, everyone's got concierge, everyone's got, do you know what I mean? There's only so much you can do, so far you can take it.
Indeed.
So if you've got a brand, then that's where you win in the end. So what's the top university in Nigeria?
University of Lagos, probably the top university in West Africa. I think we have a total of 130 plus universities. Majority of those are federal universities owned by the government.
Right.
Then the next level down is state universities, and then we have a bunch of private universities. They typically tend to have much smaller numbers, so the private universities will have anywhere from 200-300 students to 5,000, 10,000 students. Meanwhile, the federal universities have students from 10,000 to 40,000, 50,000.
Right.
So they're massive campuses.
And they're all pretty much campus based.
Yeah, they're all campus based.
Wow.
Supply of PBSA is typically it averages around about 8%.
Right.
Yeah, so you can imagine the demand supply.
And I never saw they're renting. I do a lot. How many students? Do you know how many move away?
So a large number. I don't know the exact number. Do move away to different parts of the country. But even that if you the states are quite large, so it may not be feasible to go from one part of the state to another without sort of on a daily basis. So a lot of people do move away. The big problem is there's been very little investment in PBSA over the past 30-40 years. So you get a lot of students that live in essentially converted houses.
Right, yeah.
Similar to how it was here in the UK, I would say 30 years ago. So what we're doing is we're basically doing what the Unite and the large guys did 15, 20 years ago. And so that's where we are, but we're just at the very start. So early days.
Yeah. Amazing. Looking forward to seeing the progress.
quite civilized driving compared to Lagos.
But a lot of countries are crazy. They don't red lights don't mean anything, do they?
Doesn't mean anything.
Do red lights mean anything in
No,
Nigeria?
it does in some places.
They kind of slow down and have a look. And,
Yeah,
we can go.
but then there's some places where they don't understand how roundabouts work. That once you're on the roundabout, you have the right of way.
Yeah.
So everybody just jams into each other. It's mad. I love driving in the UK. Everybody's so polite and so.
It's like, beep, 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 beep.
Guy be like,
It's jumping in.
beep, and just get in there.
But in Nigeria, are you beeping when someone's upset, or is it when?
It
Just
doesn't-
anyway.
It doesn't matter. You just beep.
Because I know in India it's like beep, as in I'm
Yeah.
coming, like I'm changing
Yeah,
lane.
yeah,
Beep, beep,
yeah.
beep, changing lane.
So half
crazy.
of the time you beep to let somebody know, because most people don't pay attention.
Just let you know I'm there.
Beep to let them know that I'm there. and
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah, so that's different then. That was a very loud. Because here, if you hear a beep of it, it's just like,
Yeah.
what's happening? yeah. Nice one. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah.
I'll probably see you next month.
See you soon.
Alright, take care now.